Hi everybody, welcome to Hear Us Out. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Paul.
We're going to look at some stars that were huge that you don't hear from so much anymore.
We do videos every Tuesday and Thursday, so go check them out. We also have a large library of backlog videos that you can also check out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, which could share out our stuff, ring that notification bell, or that YouTube jazz. The jazz.
Do it all. Do every bit of it. Well, importantly, do the subscribe part if you can. That'd be really cool. Only if you like what you see. So keep watching and find out.
And not if you just like what you see, just do it.
Yeah, good point. Just do it. So, you don't want to disappear like the stars we're about to talk about. Why are we talking about this? Well, there's a few people making a comeback that we're going to talk about at the end that we're kind of excited and happy for. But it got us to thinking, there are some people who are huge stars. They're absolutely everywhere. Mm-hmm. You can't, go to the movies any year without seeing this person. Then 5 years later, you're like, oh yeah, I remember they were a thing. And some of these people have been huge stars for a long time and then just nothing.
Yeah.
Donezo.
Some of them were part of my sexual awakening.
I didn't know that when we were doing our prep for this show. So I'm going to ask Paul, is that who we're starting with?
I think so.
Okay, please start.
Cameron Diaz.
See, I thought it was one of the others on the list.
I hope not.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you which one when we get to Tobey Maguire. Sorry, go on.
Cameron Diaz, she started off, well, her kind of big break was The Mask. Yeah. So, can't help myself.
I can't.
I was doing the wolf whistle stuff to The Mask.
The wee woo. Yeah, let's. I don't want to delve too deep into Paul's sexual awakening, but what I do want to do is admit that, Cameron Diaz was huge. Like, she showed up in The Mask, became famous, I wouldn't say overnight, but became hugely famous from that point on.
Yeah.
Started knocking in big films.
Yeah.
Pretty much for, like, most of her career. Like, she never went away for too big a period during her career.
No.
But then, about 5 years ago, around 2014, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was her last major movie.
Yeah. So, pretty much. Kind of dropped off the radar.
Yeah, and as it turns out when we looked into it, because it was like, so what happened? It's probably a mix of two things. From her point of view, it's that she wanted to step back. She'd been acting for, 20-something odd years at that point, which is a pretty good run. I'm sure she was pretty comfortable. She wanted to, experience other things in her life other than acting.
Yeah.
I have a small theory that may well have been exacerbated by not getting offered the roles she would have liked.
Yeah. I'd say there was a little bit of that.
I can imagine she was still getting lots of offers, I'm sure, but maybe some of them were not offers that she wanted to take. And I think that happens to a lot of actors.
Yeah, she probably got some dodgy offers as well, kind of thing.
So yeah, good choice to step out when you want to. So fair play, Cameron Diaz, wherever you are. I hope you're subscribed to our channel.
She also seems to be a little bit happier from what we read as well. She seems to be a little bit happier from stepping back from the limelight, so that's good.
Yeah, I'd like to throw back about a minute and a half, though, to if Cameron Diaz is watching this and she is a subscriber, because I'm going to @Cameron Diaz and tweet this video to her, so she can experience the uncomfort that I did, probably more acutely for her, that...
I'm sure I'm not the first person to say what I said.
No, that's true, and that's actually why I'm not going to send it to her. I've realised that would be weird and wrong. So, checking notes... next up on our list is somebody that I thought was going to be the next Jodie Foster. And in a lot of ways, she kind of was with the way her career has gone. An amazing actress. Purely on Oscar wins alone, I can say that everybody should agree, or at least I've got some backup. I'm not the only one that thinks she's an amazing actress, or was very, very good.
From the things that I've seen her in, I very much enjoyed her performances. Now I'm tripping all over my words.
Who are we talking about? We're talking about Hilary Swank.
I was wondering if I was...
No, sorry, I should have just let you. So who are we talking about, Paul?
Hilary Swank.
Hilary Swank. Yeah, she won 2 Oscars along the way. Did a lot of great films, put in a lot of great performances. I think she's not gone anywhere. She was recently in I Am Mother on Netflix.
Which is a very good movie. You should definitely check it out.
I was lukewarm in it, actually. Yeah, we should talk about that another time. Yeah, I was lukewarm. Check it out and see if you're... Yeah. We have to talk after we turn off the camera. Apparently we're doing stuff now. Yeah, she's good. She's great. I don't know if she's necessarily what Hollywood wanted.
Yeah.
Or fit their mold.
It does feel like that kind of way of a leading actress or actor.
Yeah. The leading lady idea, that old classic. Yeah, I don't think she fit their mold.
Because she was very good in which goes
$1 Million Baby, which was one of her Oscar wins.
Which I may just say scared the shit out of me for the first because I thought it was just going to be spoilers, just a boxing film.
Oh right, I get you. Yeah.
I went to the Heart of the Sea as well, and also got fucked over by the story of that film as well.
Oh right,
so I thought it was just Moby Dick, and then it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, that's an enjoyable cinema experience to have that switcheroo.
It was, but she was very good at $1 Million Baby, and from there, I thought she was going to, as you said, going to explode into the
films that she won her awards for were great, and like Boys Don't Cry she was incredible in it. But even her other performances in like Freedom Writers, I think it was called, she is really good. But you could kind of see, kind of like Jodie Foster, child actress, doing good work all the way up, being recognised. There was a certain point where Hollywood and them were going to diverge. So Hilary Swank still working, which is great. You don't hear from her as much in the big headlines, just for industry reasons, not because she's not good, not because she decided to give it up like Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, I think she's more kind of like now just picking roles that she can pick herself, which is, I guess as an actor, that's a way better kind of deal to have,
And next up, do you want to take somebody that I think kind of got screwed over a little bit?
I think we're both agreed there. Do you?
No, it's Tobey Maguire. It's Paul's sexual awakening.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3. Let's face it, you can talk about his career all the way up. He was a bit of an art house darling in places, boyish charm, all that good stuff. Spider-Man, yay. Spider-Man 2, for a lot of people, yay. Spider-Man 3, everybody hated it, and it really hurt the studio, and they went a different direction, and it really harmed his career.
Oh yeah, like this dance right here, that really screwed over his career a lot. So like from there, it just kind of, like, I guess spiraled because the movie just kicked up such a Hollywood stink.
Yeah, and like he still acts. He has an active acting career, but not anywhere near the A-lister he was.
No.
Maybe his most A-list acting credit now is that people still confuse him and Jake Gyllenhaal, which is awkward. But he has gone on to. He hasn't just been pushed out of Hollywood acting wise. He's producing, right?
Yeah, he's producing a lot more now, which is a good role for him, and it like, because from an actor's perspective, you're able to understand a lot of the nuances that cause difficulty towards a movie and a producer kind of role.
He grew up through the business, so who better to have kind of managing some of the business behind the scenes than somebody with that much experience. So fair play, Tobey Maguire. I hope you're having a good year. I hope your next film, producing or acting wise, is a big hit. I think people are a little unfair to poor old Tobes.
Yeah,
it's
just don't let him dance like this.
Yeah, and I'm not. If that turns out to be a Tobey Maguire choice in Spider-Man 3, then to hell with you, Tobey Maguire. That was a bad choice. I was on your side till I thought of that. Who's next up?
Mike Myers
from Halloween.
No.
Oh
no.
Would it be Mike Myers?
His acting career is still going quite strong.
Yeah, he never dies, really.
Oh, that's a good one. You hate yourself for
I
that.
really do, deep down.
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers. We're talking Mike Myers, shot to fame, lovely Canadian man, Saturday Night Live, big star, breakout then, Wayne's World. Wayne's World was a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't stop there. Went on to Shrek.
Yeah.
Might have heard of it. Big deal.
Might have heard of it.
Yeah. And what about Austin Powers?
Yeah.
Big deal. So this guy owned, over a decade.
Yeah. Of this comedy gold kind of stuff, every Austin Powers film came out. This has quotable moments, and you can tell that's a really good kind of like comedic movie when you can just say a line and people are just like, bam.
Oh, people were running around saying, from Shrek even. Wayne's World, quotable. Shrek, you had people walking around going, oh, donkey, whatever. I'm not the huge Shrek fan. I shouldn't have gone for that. I regret my choices. But Austin Powers, quotable. Yep. What happened? According to the internet, lots of things, but I'd like to just put it down to maybe some interesting choices, some bad choices, and mostly The Love Guru. He did a film called The Love Guru, which was not a great comedy. Austin Powers and that kind of comedy was not going to last forever.
No.
And he did stretch it a little bit with a few films.
Yeah, like I think he like stretched it to its breaking point for Goldmember.
Yeah.
And then like if he had stopped there, it would be like his body of work would be protected. But then he did Love Guru, which was just...
It just snapped it.
Yeah.
It didn't just stretch it, it broke it all. And it took it took a beating in the box office, didn't make money, took some executives, some Hollywood executives lost their jobs, apparently, allegedly, according to lore, because of it. So that's a good way for your career to go in the slowdown. Now, people were still looking for Mike Myers, but apparently he wasn't looking for them quite so much. I'm predicting a small comeback from Mike Myers. He's still a funny guy. He still has talent. There's talk of another Austin Powers.
Yeah, you were saying another Austin Powers sequel, maybe.
Yeah, is now the right time? Will it work today? I don't know if... Will nostalgia carry it through? I don't know. I'd like to see him come back, but not so sure.
I don't know if... I think, I could see a Wayne's World sequel working better, but, you know.
Yeah, true.
But he was in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
And there's a very interesting story of Mike Myers and Bohemian Rhapsody. You should definitely look that up.
Is there may even be a link in the description down below. Why don't you go have a look? Yeah, so and I didn't want to leave this one till kind of second last, but kind of accidentally have.
Oh yeah. Meg
Ryan is maybe less of a completely happy story, but Meg Ryan's a very interesting story because you're going Meg Ryan. That Meg Ryan. From all of these films, she was America's sweetheart. Meg Ryan was huge thanks to When Harry Met Sally, The Sleepless in Seattle, Tom Hanks, You've Got Mail. Like she was a big deal for quite a while.
She was romance comedy kind of, romance sitcom kind of like, golden.
She was to the cinema what Jennifer Aniston was to Friends TV. Like she was the Rachel of the cinema. It was, that big hit, oh yeah, we want a Jennifer Aniston type. They wanted a Meg Ryan type back then. Her career is filled with some weird choices and some not so great things. Don't really want to go into it, I'll be honest, because it's a bit negative.
Want to keep this positive.
Yeah.
As in either people have decided to step back from the limelight and are enjoying their time back, in normal kind of life, or has, moved on to other things, still working and still happy. Meg Ryan's one is a bit of a...
Yeah, well, she's technically still working, but yeah, just a lot. There's so much drama and scandal and all the rest of that stuff that don't want to go into it, but she is probably the most notable. How do you go from being that big to just gone from the public anyway?
Yeah. You just cause a scandal.
Yeah, you just cause some stuff happens. Importantly, though, to end on a really high note, these are the ones that made us think of this. Two people, Eddie Murphy, Shia LaBeouf. Very, very, very different careers. But both of them looking at making a comeback. I think Eddie Murphy, everybody knows Eddie Murphy. Everybody knows his, brilliant stand-up way back. Saturday Night Live is where he got his kickoff. Then things like Trading Places and Beverly Hills Cop. He did some amazing films. Then came the Dr. Dolittle, Nutty Professor years.
Yeah.
The
slow decline.
The slow decline. Thank you for being diplomatic about that. So he's looking at doing a Dolomite Is My Name. That's coming out this year, before the end of the year, I think. It doesn't look like it's going to be my sort of thing. Maybe it's bad trailer, great movie. You never know. Could be good. Wesley Snipes is in it. That's interesting.
There's a good cast in it.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like a lot of Eddie Murphy treading over the same ground that he's done before and it didn't work out before.
Yeah.
But he's also says he's going to come back and try and do stand-up.
Yeah.
Which I'm very, very excited about. And if you tie that to the fact that it's come out that he's going to do a guest hosting spot on Saturday Night Live, which is a big deal for any Saturday Night Live nerds out there, you'll know this. For everybody else who's normal, Eddie had a bit of an issue with how some people talked about him. He feels that he built Saturday Night Live when it was in its slump, because for its worst years, he was the best thing on it.
Yeah.
So he might be right that Saturday Night Live wouldn't have survived without him, but it definitely existed before him and excelled after him. So it's great that they're burying that hatchet, and I'm looking forward to seeing him stand on that stage. Shia LaBeouf, on the other hand, Paul.
Well, Shia LaBeouf was an interesting star, because he was in a lot of kind of like good movies. He was in the Transformers franchise, which kind of, I guess, may have damaged him.
May have damaged us all.
He did Fury as well, which I have to say is one of the most... It's a film in which it is a struggle to get through, but not because it's bad, but because the context, it's so heavy.
It's so good, though.
Oh,
See Fury, definitely. It's one of the things that Paul said, have you seen Fury? I'm like, no, I haven't got to it. You were like, get to it. And I'm really glad I did.
It felt like a workout watching that film.
In a worthy kind of way, though. It was worth the effort.
But yeah, he was also in, the Indiana Jones Crystal Skull movie.
Didn't help him.
Nope, didn't help him at all. He went off a bit of the rails as well. His Just Do It.
The meme-tacular recording session that he did. Yeah.
Kind of went off the rails. Did some music video stuff. That was really good. Kind of jumped back and did a couple of, I guess, more kind of indie stuff. But he's back doing 2 films now. One based on his life story, kind of
semi-biographical. Yeah, it looks really good. Looks interesting.
Yeah, where he's actually in it, but he plays the father. Called Honey.
It's called Honey Boy. So technically, it looks like he's playing his own father in a story he wrote himself.
Yeah.
So that'll be an interesting acting challenge, but also emotionally, it must have been incredibly difficult. Yeah. He does seem like an intense and interesting guy. He's one of those people I'd like to meet. Shia LaBeouf would be interesting.
I'd like to ask him a couple of questions. Then the other film,
Peanut Butter Falcon. Peanut Butter Falcon is one of those things. I saw the trailer and I'm like, oh my god, I know I'm going to go to that and cry. Now I didn't get to it in the cinema here because its release was pretty short, I believe, or else I missed it completely. But I am looking forward to getting that on digital. Check out the trailer in the link below. But it looks like a film with a lot of heart and a real good chance for Shia LaBeouf to do what he does best, which is throw himself into a role and bring emotion to the show.
It was described as a modern day Mark Twain kind of thing, which at first when I read that I was just like, oh, that is large boots to fill.
It's a lofty description, all right.
And then I watched the trailer and was just kind of like, I see their points and stuff. I'm going to watch the film to be able to be like, yep, Mark Twain-esque film kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it might just be that there's a river journey in it and people are lazy with their journalism.
Yeah.
Which, look, I hope it's really, really good. I think we'll probably both end up seeing it around the same time. So we might even do something on it if it's exceptionally worth it. But yeah, so happy that Shia LaBeouf is kind of getting back into some term of fame because he's a talented actor. Transformers shouldn't be hung around anybody's neck.
Neither should Crystal Skull.
No, in fact, that should be hung around a few people's neck and they should be thrown.
There's only one person it should be. His name is George Lucas.
Sorry, George. We love you, George. We don't like what you did with that one, George. So that's it. Lots of people disappear. It's one of those things. It wasn't maybe the best topic for a video, but you know what? We did it anyway. I'm joking. No, but it's not one of those things where there are lots and lots of people that we could have talked about, but we just decided not to because there are people who've ended their careers or have disappeared for all sorts of negative reasons. These are the interesting ones for various reasons. Like Diaz said, I'm living my life.
Yeah.
Hilary Swank has not gone anywhere. She's just not, chasing the fame, or the fame isn't chasing her. She's still working. So somebody like Shia LaBeouf is a great example of, hey, it's great that they're getting through their troubles, getting through whatever way they were viewed publicly, and hopefully having a great comeback. So there you go, positive ending.
Yeah, well done. Which goes, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, comment and all that. We would like to hear if there's any actors that you have missed, as in they've floated into the ether or background of other stuff, which goes, and I think that's...
Then that means you've been Paul.
And he's been Patrick.
And we've been Hear Us Out. See you next time. Well, I don't think it's considered losing your virginity if you're on your own. Hi everybody, welcome to Hear Us Out. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Paul.
This time out we're looking at Where does some of the what? What do we? No, you, him, her.
Where did stars go?
Where
do stars go
during the day? Where does the moon go while I'm around the daytime?
Does the sun eat the moon?